This is a song that I've really enjoyed for a while now. It's called When I'm Small by Phantogram. And this song I think it has a hell of a rhythm. Let's hear it. So you start out with this basic beat, but it just explodes right there. And it just has this just in your face, good rhythm that just pow manifests itself. So it's like Lucy's underground, she's got a mouth to feed, and it's this rhythm. It's simple, but it's like the genius of simplicity is expressed in this song. Let's hear some more. Then there's this bridge that comes up, right? And it goes to the chorus. Let's hear it. Show me love. You've got your hand on a button now. So she says, show me love. You've got your hand on the button now, right? And then it builds the suspense and she repeats the same line. And then it just boom, right to this explosive rhythm that comes up. Showing off. You've got your hand on a button now. And it's an ingenious piece of music. It's like very simple lines, nothing too complicated, not a lot of lyrics, but it just builds up the suspense. And then it goes into the apex, right? Which is this rhythm that the song provides. And the song is built around this rhythm, but it's built around cultivating suspense towards this rhythm, right? It makes you want to hear it. Show me love. You've got your hands on the button now, right? Then it slows down a little bit and it's like, showing love. You've got your hands on the button now. I mean, it's just, and when something is flatlined, it's dead. There is no life. But this song is not flat. It goes up and it goes down and it goes up. And there's shifts and there's suspense and it builds the audience up to want to hear the climax of the song. So it's heavily climactic, this song, but it really hits you. It really hits you. And it goes back to the verse. It's like Lucy's underground, but it changes a little bit, right? So it doesn't give you the exact words. Fire, throw me in the flame. So she says, "Bring me to the fire, throw me into the flame," and then she goes into this transition, right? Show me love, right? She's repeating that transition, but this time in the background of this beat, and she's like, "Show me love," right? And then she expresses it differently. He goes, she prolongs I guess you could say she prolongs the note, right, a little bit longer. Show me love. You got your hands on the button now, right? And there's this rhythm in the back. So again, there's dynamics in the song. There's change. There's these slight little alterations in the verses. There's slight word changes in the lyrics. And then at the same time, you have this magical beat in the back. And just, let's hear this some more. So then she adds to the transition. She adds lyrics more. She says, so before she says, "Show me love, you have your hands on the button now." Now she's saying, I'd rather die than to be with you. And then it goes back, right? And it adds this like extra layer to it. It's that eerie kind of, I don't know what to call it. It's like this eerie background. It plays the rhythm against this eerie background. It adds that extra layer of sound. It's a solid 10 out of 10 song, all right? This is a solid 10 out of 10 piece of music, all right? It's magic. This song is magic. It has everything that I love in a song. It has dynamics, there's rhythm changes, there's sudden shifts, there's a rhyming of the initial verses. So like she'll say the first verses, have their own original set. Obviously, it's not their own set of words, and then she'll repeat the verses again, but she'll add a little bit more words, or she'll change the words a little bit. So there's variation. There are these slight alterations, and then there's buildup, and that's one thing that is so important in artwork. This is something that's so important in music, and not just in music, but in film also, and that is the buildup, right? Like what makes a song good is buildup. And if there is no buildup, there is no good song. That's just the bottom line. Like what makes a song good is buildup. When you have a song that's flat, it's dead. It's flatlined. Like the definition of flatlined is dead. But when you have a song that makes you long to hear a particular part of that song, that song has done its job. Like, when you're hearing a song and you're like, guys, this is the best part, that's the part that you're waiting for. And if the song doesn't make you long for that apex, right, that climax, if the song doesn't make you wait for that part, then it's not a good song. There's just bottom line. It's just not a good song. Same thing with a good movie, right? A good movie has a good build-up. It has a good character development. It builds itself up to a point in the film that really, really mesmerizes you, right? Like in Braveheart, you have the beginning, and he's in the village, and he meets the girl, and he marries her, and the girl gets murdered, and then there's the Battle of Stirling Bridge, right? Like so the beginning of the film is building up, and then boom, you hit the Battle of Stirling Bridge, and it's like all this fucking rage is being unleashed on the English in the Battle of Stirling Bridge, right? And there's William Wallace, and he's screaming, and he's blood all over his face. I mean, the movie is such a fucking masterpiece. And then the film kind of calms down a little bit, and then you go into another big battle scene, and then there's the end of the film, which is the execution. But there's just build up in the film, right? There, and it's not just a build up to one particular event, right? There's a build up to the Battle of Stirling Bridge, then there's a build up to the battle where Robert the Bruce betrays William Wallace, and there's a build up to the final execution scene. Then there's that final scene when Amish throws his sword, and the beautiful music comes up, and the beautiful poetry is being recited by Mel Gibson. They died like warrior poets. They died like true Scotsmen. The credits come up. I mean, it's just a beautiful movie. It's so well directed. So the same thing goes with this song. Like, it starts out slow, and then it builds up, and then it adds different layers. Like, songs need to have variation. They need to have alteration. They need to have build up. They need to have suspense. Like that. I think that's what makes a good song. Anyway,